Testing, testing. I hope this microphone is working well. I'm getting ready to start working on another dress, and I'm going to do something that's very similar to something that I've already done, but going to be slightly different. So I want to take you along in the process. I have this piece of, oh, this is a curtain. I forgot this was a curtain. I thought this was regular fabric that I purchased, but apparently it is a curtain. And I also have these curtains. I'm going to be combining, how many of these panels do I have? Okay, I have 3 of these teal turquoise-ish panels. I got these from the Goodwill in a nice little haul. So my daughter has 2 of them because she was also working on a dress. I don't know how far she's gotten. I have these 3 panels. I'm going to be using this and this to create a dress. Now I'm going to pop in an image or 2 over here, or some other video clips of a dress that I made previously out of a tablecloth and a curtain. And it's the same pattern, which is a boat neck dress pattern that I also made this dress out of. This was my Mother's Day dress. It's the same boat neck pattern, but I changed the sleeve on the pink dress, on this dress right here. And I'm going to use that same sleeve on this dress, and I'm going to make this dress the same as this dress right here with the exposed seams. So it's all the boat neck body part of the dress for these 2 dresses. This exposed seam from this one is what I'm going to copy over here. I'm going to take the sleeve from this one, put it on here, and I'm also going to do the same kind of look that I did for this dress, where I used another piece of material to wrap around to give the bottom a little bit of a little flare. I'm going to do the same thing using this. The only difference is that I'm not going to stop at the middle. It's going to go all the way around. So this is going to be on the sleeves, and it's going to be all the way around the bottom half of the dress. This will be the actual dress with exposed seams, and then I'm going to cut strips of this to enclose all of the exposed seam allowance. And I'm going to take you along in that process. So the first step is going to be to cut out all the pattern pieces. I'll cut the pattern piece for the sleeve out of this. I'll cut all the strips out of this. And then I'll also use the remaining fabric from this for the overlaid skirt part that's going to be added on. And then once I cut the pattern pieces, I'm just going to lay these from the teal cuts all out and line them up with the seam allowance facing out for all of those seams, and they will be all exposed seams down the front, down the sides, down the 2 lines in the back. once those are connected, I will add the strips over the seam allowance, attach it to one side of the seam allowance, and then I'll fold it over, flatten it down, and do a top stitch to press the seam allowance and the binding strip flat against the dress. I will add the sleeves. Go in and add the overlaid piece of this. I have the overlay piece right here, and I just made box pleats in throughout here. I have 5 box pleats, 1 in the middle and then 2 on either side, and I didn't do any kind of measuring for this. I just guessed that I could put in like 2 inches for each box pleat on either side, and then I folded the ends in by 1 inch at either end. And all I'm going to do now is just sew straight down to hold the pleats in place. And I'm modifying this outfit now. This is going to be like a 2-in-1 dress. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, but I'm basically making this removable so it can be added or not used. And then I'm going to continue the outside exposed seams with the fabric strips going all the way down and leave the dress as is. Let me show you what I'm doing real quick before I keep going. All right, so I made more strips. I made more of these, and I cut the ends up off of the fabric the way I had flattened it down. I lifted it, and then I attached it, clipped these together like that, and I did this all the way around, so there are 6 seams. and this is the extended piece. I'm just going to do the same thing I did here and just continue it all the way down. I already serged all the seam allowance all the way around everything, so I'm going to just do a double rolled hem at the bottom and stitch that down like that. I'm going to have the bias strips matching this fabric, and again they're going to go all the way down, and then sometimes I can wear it plain like that, and then other times I'll put this overlay piece on top. It's probably a little bit confusing, but I'm going to show you in the reveal exactly what I'm talking about. And I have some buttons. These buttons I found in my stash, and I'll show you them up close a little bit later, but I'm probably going to just use one or two. But again, it'll all make sense in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm going to just put maybe one or two buttons at the back, and that's how this is going to be closed up at the back of the dress. Otherwise, if I don't use this, the dress will just be as is, and you will see things just come about, you know, when you're just experimenting. So I hope you like this video, and thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next one. So, if you are interested in how all of that is going to come together, then I hope you keep watching.